Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Sarah here, and in this video I wanted to show you how I make my new Peekaboo Monkey Feed the Monkey Some Bananas activity page. So I've already got all these pieces cut out. I have the templates in bulk available on my Patreon, so if you want to sign up to that, you can have access to it. As always, I'm using 8" by 8" sheets of felt for my pages, and then I found this really cute monkey fabric to go on the back side of my page, so I just wrapped a piece of felt in that, and that's what I'm using. It's optional, but I couldn't resist buying it and using it because it was a good price and it was really suitable. Here's what my Patreon looks like when you sign up. You can click on whatever picture that you want to cut the pieces for, and so I have a few pictures to show you what the activity will look like, so you can decide if you want to make it. And then as you click through, you will see all the different templates, and in the caption it will show you what color to print it in or to cut it in, and also what size to adjust it to. I keep them in black and white because then it's easier and more clear when you transfer it to your cutting machine. Okay, so we're starting out here. The first thing I'm doing is sewing on the head of the monkey as well as the shoulders. And then next, I'm going to sew on the monkey's face. And by the way, if you're using hot glue, you can use hot glue for this whole thing if you want to. I'm using hot glue here to glue 2 copies of the arms together. I like to use hot glue for the arms and not sew them because that hot glue adds a lot of stiffness and structure to the arms to make them so that they don't bend and kind of flop around. And when I'm gluing them, I'm just gluing them kind of in 2 different sections so that the hot glue does not dry out by the time I apply glue to the whole thing. So I'm going to do that for the 2 arms. And then you need 2 brad pins. Those are those things where you stick them through and fold them on the other end, and then an object can rotate around them. I just use my scissors. It takes a minute, but I dig with my scissors a little hole into the shoulder of the monkey arm. Keep digging till that hole is big enough. And then I put the brad pin in and I rotate the arm around to make sure that that hole is big enough. And then I do the same thing with the other arm. And then also I dig holes into the page wherever I want to place those shoulders, and I fold them on the other side. Then I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue the rest of the facial features on, including the ears and the eyes and the mouth. You can sew these parts on if you want to, but I like to use hot glue. It's quicker. When you sew on or hot glue on the mouth, just do the edge so that the child can still put bananas into the mouth. And then I use a Sharpie marker to draw on the nostrils. And then for the way I like to make it so that all the pieces stay attached to the page. So I use some suede cord, and I like to include 3 bananas. You can include just 1 if you want to. You can include more than 3. It's up to you. I'm going to do 3, and I'm going to hot glue one end of the suede cord between 2 copies of the banana. And again, if you just want to do this once to include a single banana, that's fine. I don't really know why I chose 3. Maybe I'll make them with just 1. And then I use a brown marker to draw on the brown tips of the bananas. And then you can stuff the bananas in his mouth. And then I want to make sure I have enough length of that suede cord to make it so that, well, you'll see. I'm going to make it so that at the bottom end, the child can pull the strings out and the bananas can be pulled at the top of the page. And in the template, I don't have a template for the circles, but you can even just freehand cut like a square shape or a circle shape, or you can just use on my Patreon. I have a bunch of templates for circles. I think this is just a 4 centimeter circle. And then I'm going to apply hot glue on the backs of the brad pins. I always do this just to help make sure that even if the child really gives a good pull on those arms, those brad pins are never going to fold in and come out. They are stuck in there. And then I'm going to place the backing on. I'm doing it pretty carefully because there's still wet hot glue there, so I'm kind of gluing it in place. And then I need to add in the binding piece before that hot glue dries totally, otherwise I won't be able to get those pages open. And also, if you're sewing this, make sure that that you're not putting hot glue near the edges, because then that hot glue will dry and it'll ruin your sewing needle. Or even if the hot glue isn't dry, you don't want your sewing needle going through that. It'll ruin the needle. Okay, so you can see that the idea is that you can pull from the bottom. And then I'm going to sew around the border, and I'm going to make sure I leave some space at the top and the bottom so that the child can pull that circle at the bottom. And there's just this pulling feature as well. So there's a few different movements to this page. Here it is, all finished. So kids can do peekaboo, they can make him dance, and then they can feed him a banana as well. And again, it's optional if you want to make those bananas totally detachable. It will save you some time. But again, I like to make it so that all the pieces stay attached, because I know if it were my kids, we would lose those pieces pretty quickly. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.